Hello and welcome back to the channel today. My name is Joe and today we're going to be doing some Pilates for the lower spine and the upper spine, your hips and your shoulders. So this is going to be a full body flow that gets you aligned and strengthens into some of the deeper core muscles and deeper muscles of the hips and shoulders. Without any further ado, we're gonna get started. This one you just need your body for and a mat. And as always, you could always be doing this on a bed or an elevated surface if that makes it more accessible to you. Let's get into it. We're going to begin by placing two hands on the body. And I want you to place those hands either on the front of your rib cage or the side. And we'll start by taking a few rounds of breath just to get your spine starting to settle into the ground. So big inhale, expand into your hands on your ribs, widen, front, back, side, and then on the exhale, allow your spine to get 10% heavier down into the mat. Inhale to expand, fill up. Exhale to melt. Back of the ribs, upper body, gently funnel into center. Few more just like that, filling up, expanding all the way back here. Exhale to settle, like you could feel the back of the ribs start to melt down into the surface you're on. Last few, expanding, hugging in and long with the breath to the top of the head. Last one, big inhale. Expanding ribs, tummy, and chest. Exhale to melt the ribs and the upper spine down into the mat. I just want you to think about keeping that 10% softness through the ribs that we just created with the breath. So as we do these, you're feeling more or less the back of your ribs stay a little bit heavy down into the mat. We're going to start to walk the hands down towards the pelvis, and let's start moving that part of the spine as well. Inhale, start to arch, expand ribs and tummy. Exhale, think about pulling in with your abs more than your glutes to tuck your pelvis towards your face. Inhale to expand. See if you can keep the ribs imprinted here. Try not to pick up like this. So we're really starting to isolate just the lumbar spine, the lower back. Exhale, abs pull in and up to move your pelvis this way. Inhale, expand, exhale to deepen into center. Few more, inhale, feeling the back of the ribs. Exhale to scoop. Last few, arch and tuck. And you could be feeling that somewhere in your low back, maybe even in your abs and your hip flexors a little bit. So we got the ribs, we got the pelvis, and now we're just gonna bring them together. So I want you to feel again like you could soften the back of the ribs down. It's like I couldn't fit a whole hand here. It feels pretty flush with the ground. And now we'll come back to the pelvis. I want you to arch your back very little, and then start to tuck your pelvis towards your face until you start to feel this little invisible line. So it'll kind of go from your inner thighs or the front of your hips, and it will feel like it runs all the way up towards your rib cage. It's very subtle, but right where you start to feel that sensation, I call Goldilocks. We're getting your pelvis and your rib cage to stack, and when we do that, we're able to fully utilize the muscles that wrap around us, our core, and also some muscles that help stabilize the lower back, the hips, and the pelvis. In Pilates, we call that the powerhouse. And all the movement that you ever do with your body originates from this part of the body. So if we can keep it stacked, we can support all of our movement. We're feeling the ribs. Inhale to find a little arch. Exhale to start to tuck under just a little bit until you start to feel that very light sensation from either the front of your hips, your obliques, the front of your abs, so it kind of connects right in with your rib cage. It's very subtle, but once you find that, we're gonna keep this position for the next few movements to make a little diamond, and we're gonna place that diamond right over your belly button. 6 o'clock is pointing towards your hips, your belly button is gonna be a part of it, and then 12 o'clock is by your thumbs up towards your face. We'll inhale, expand into your hands, Exhale, without moving the pelvis, you'll pull 6 o'clock, belly button, and 12 into the center line, and that will connect in with the rib cage. Inhale to expand. Exhale to pull this, and this together, and it connects in with your upper abdominals. Last few. Inhale. Lower back stays still. Exhale. Low abs, mid abs, upper abs wrap into the center line. Last one. Awesome. Toes are going side to side, and you'll think about keeping that nice little Goldilocks. So we're a little tucked here, we're a little ribs softened, and all I want you to do is just move your pelvis very gently side to side, keeping that alignment. So it'll look like this. It's gonna look like you're barely doing anything. You're going over towards one side, you go over towards the other, and it kind of feels like oblique, 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 oblique. And again, I'm not arching, I'm not tucking, I'm staying in that same alignment, that little Goldilocks with the ribs and the low back. And I'm very gently moving my pelvis side to side. So I'm feeling right oblique, I'm feeling left oblique, right, left, right, left. For 5, for 4, for 3, abs deepen, for 2, for 1. Awesome. And you should be feeling this somewhere here, maybe here. Sometimes we'll get a little bit of pelvis stuff too. Hands will come back to the hips. I like to call this one Shakira. So we're keeping that lovely little Goldilocks. We got a little tuck, little here. You're feeling that invisible line that runs from your hip to your ribs. And now I want one of your hips to drop. One of your hips is going to lengthen. And then we'll switch. Other hip drops, other hip lengthens. While you do this, you're going to notice your upper body. I'm doing stuff with my upper body to show y'all. But you're thinking about keeping your ribs really, really still. So just the lower body's moving. And yes, your feet and knees are going to respond as one hip pulls up and one hip lengthens. The other hip pulls up and the other hip lengthens. And I'm not moving or arching the pelvis. I'm keeping that Goldilocks for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Holy crap. Take a breath. One is called rib cage arms. So I want you to float your arms up, and they're gonna come right over your shoulders with your palms facing away. We're keeping that Goldilocks. You feel a little bit of ribs. We got a little tuck of the pelvis. You're feeling your abs engaged. And now I want you to try to screw the shoulders 10% down to the floor. So just so you start to kind of feel all that stuff around your shoulder sockets and your shoulder blades turn on, as that's what supports your shoulders motion. Inhale, we'll bring the arms back, and you're trying to keep both of those points of contact. So you feel your ribs, you feel that screw. We're keeping Goldilocks with the lower spine. And then exhale, abs deepen as you bring it forward. Inhale, shoulders screwed, abs hug. Exhale, back forward. We got inhale and hug in. Inhale and hug in. Inhale and exhale. Keeping those points of contact with the floor, deepening into the center line. And then on this next one, I want you to hold it back there. Shoulders, Goldilocks, hug in for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You continue practicing these. You want to feel more back of shoulder, more shoulder socket, and more ab stuff. If you're feeling a lot in the front of your shoulders, I want you to revisit some of the technique points, because we're trying to feel that, like we could feel the shoulders moving from the back side of the body. Next one is called circles. So I want you to punch the back of the shoulders down again, 10%. We're finding this little Goldilocks, ribs softened, pelvis tucked. And now hands are gonna start to face in. We'll make some circles, hence circles. Out, down and around, armpits hugging towards the side of the body. Out, down and around, keeping that alignment. And circle, and hug, and circle. Back of the shoulders stay connected. Last one. Pause at the top and switch. Down, out and around, armpits hug. Down, out and around, staying connected. Down, out and around, aligning the ribs and the pelvis. Last few. 2 more. And last one. Thanks for watching this video and doing these movements with me today. Be sure to hit subscribe if you want more videos like this that you can do from just about anywhere to reconnect to your body. Happy moving.